What do you say to a client who says, what discount can you give us on that price? So you've just produced a proposal for somebody, they love what you've put in it, but it's perhaps more expensive than they wanted to pay. So they've just turned around to you and said, look, we love everything in there, but what can you do by way of a discount? What can you do on price? How much can you reduce it by? Now, I have a stock response to this, which is absolutely nothing, but I don't blame you for asking. Because at the point where they're asking for a discount, they actually want what you have. They're just not prepared, or they weren't ready to pay as much as you're charging them. That's not to say they don't want it. It's not to say they haven't bought things before that were more expensive than they wanted to pay for it. Think about it. How many times have you bought something that was more expensive than you wanted to pay? Now, the place I learned this was back in the day. I used to be a close-up magician. And occasionally I was an expensive magician. I was very good at what I did. Occasionally I would say to somebody would say to me, look, we love it, but what discount can you give us? Absolutely none, but don't blame me for asking. But what I would always say is, however, I do have another magician. If you're looking for somebody cheap for your event, I can provide you with those details. He does like a drink, but I can still give you his details anyway. Now, for me, I would call the client out on it. I would say, look, if you're looking for somebody cheap, there's a few other accountancy firms I can, recommend you to if that's what you're looking for. But this is our price. It's the price that you're going to pay. It's the price that the last the last client of ours paid, and it's the same price that the next client's going to pay as well. And if I reduce your price, I'm devaluing our entire service across the board, and I know what incredible value that I can provide you with. Now, if you did want to give them something extra, what you could do is you could upgrade a level of service. And you can say, well, look, you've gone for this service here. I'm going to give you our VIP support package service, which means that we'll get back to you within the hour rather than within 24 hours to help you out. You could offer something like that, or we're going to onboard you within a week rather than within our month, or something. You could give them something of additional value there, but I certainly wouldn't discount the price. And here's the reason why. This is the key thing. If you give somebody a discount, what happens is they'll be like, yes, I've got a discount. And they'll leave you, they'll drive away, or they'll put the phone down and think, yes, got a discount, really glad I asked. Then 3 or 4 minutes later, they'll start thinking, I wonder if we could have got it for less. I wonder if we should have asked for more of a discount. I wonder what the last lot of people paid this firm of accountants. I wonder what other people are paying now if they offered us a discount like that. And then they get to a point in their mind where they start thinking, why didn't he just give us the lower price in the first place? If that's what his service is worth, why didn't they give us that lower price to start with? And then what happens is mistrust builds. And I guarantee if you give somebody a discount, what you start to do is ultimately corrode the relationship because you lied in the first place. You lied about what your price was. And deep down, somewhere at some subconscious level, they now have less trust for you. And for me, I can't risk that happening because the relationship will start to deteriorate and they will become a pain in the backside client. And think about it. Think about the clients in the past where you've given them a discount and what a pain in the backside they became. And then you thought, why on earth are you behaving like this? I even gave you a discount to start with. Yes, what you're actually saying is, I lied to you to start with. Therefore, it's no surprise that they became like that. Now, you handle it in whatever way you want. But for me, we know the value of our service. We know the value that we can provide to our clients. If somebody asks you for a discount, the stock answer is, I don't blame you for asking, but absolutely not no. Absolutely no. And what that will do is it will preserve the relationship moving forward. It will preserve the trust in that relationship. And you know what? They will go ahead with it anyway.